But first tonight, our continuing coverage of the Michelle Carter trial. In opening statements this morning, the prosecution read text messages from Carter to Conrad Roy III, the teen she's accused of convincing to commit suicide.
Roy's mother also took the stand, describing the moment she learned of her son's death. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado was in court today and joins us live from Taunton now with those details.
Well, today, prosecutors painted Michelle Carter as an attention seeker, looking to play the part of the grieving girlfriend, telling people she wished she could have stopped her boyfriend Conrad Roy from killing himself, while prosecutors allege she actually urged him to do it.
Nice and loud for the
Conrad Roy's mother emotionally retelling the story of the last day of her son's life. She says there were no signs of any suicidal thoughts.
He was eating tortilla chips and guacamole on the way to the beach.
She was the first witness in the involuntary manslaughter trial of Michelle Carter, the 20-year-old Plainville woman accused of causing her boyfriend Conrad Roy's death by pushing him to kill himself back in July 2014. The prosecutor says she craved attention and sympathy from the other girls at school.
The defendant needed something to get their attention, and she used Conrad as a pawn in her sick game of life and death.
Assistant District Attorney Maryclare Flynn says Carter planned the suicide with Roy in the months before and was on the phone with him as his truck filled up with carbon monoxide in a Fairhaven parking lot.
And I would submit it was during that last phone call that Conrad got out of his truck as he was being poisoned, and he got scared. And the defendant told him to get back in.
The defense dismissing that Carter could be convicted of killing someone when she wasn't even there.
It is a suicide. It is not a homicide.
Attorney Joseph Cataldo pointing out Roy had been suicidal for years. In 2012, he even made an attempt, and text messages show Carter encouraged him to seek treatment. Roy's mother says before Conrad's death, she believed his mental health had greatly improved since that first suicide attempt.
I knew he was a little depressed, but I thought he was doing great.
And the bench trial continues tomorrow. A number of other witnesses also testified today. You'll hear from Conrad Roy's best friend coming up new at 6. Live in Taunton with the Mobile Newsroom, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Now, more on the Michelle Carter trial. Testimony will continue tomorrow after the first witnesses took the stand today.
Among those who have testified today, the mother of Conrad Roy III, the teen prosecutors say was encouraged by Carter to take his own life.
And new at 6, we're also hearing testimony from Roy's best friend. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has been covering the trial since yesterday. She joins us live from Taunton. Steph?
Some of Conrad Roy's family and friends testified they didn't even know he had a girlfriend until after his death. Now that girlfriend, Michelle Carter, is accused of convincing him to kill himself. This case is all about whether that is akin to involuntary manslaughter. Conrad Roy spent his last day on Earth on the beach with his family.
Now, when you were walking with him on the beach, did he ever express that he wanted to harm himself?
No.
Hours later, he was dead, found in his pickup truck in a Fairhaven parking lot on July 12, 2014. It was carbon monoxide poisoning. Michelle Carter is accused of cajoling him to do it by text and by phone, even in his last breaths of life.
Conrad got out of his truck as he was being poisoned, and he got scared. And the defendant told him to get back in.
The prosecution says Carter craved attention.
She has to be the grieving girlfriend to get the sympathy and the attention that she believes she deserves.
Holding a benefit baseball tournament in Carter's name shortly after his death in her own hometown, not his.
I was curious as to why the tournament was being held in Plainville and not in Mattapoisett.
Why were you curious about that?
Because all of Conrad's family and friends are from Mattapoisett.
Conrad's best friend, Thomas Gammell, testifying he didn't even know about Michelle until she invited him to the benefit.
When I kept asking about it, she wanted to make clear that she was getting credit for all this.
And the defense says that Michelle Carter had actually reached out to that best friend back in 2013 to express her concerns about Conrad Roy's mental health. That is the defense's main argument, that Michelle had actually tried to stop him from committing suicide for years, and they say she's ultimately not responsible for her death. They, of course, the defense will get their chance to present witnesses later in the trial. Live in Taunton with the Mobile Newsroom, Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Steph. And count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the Michelle Carter trial.
We'll bring you the latest each day on air and online at WPRI.com.